Will you remain standing for the invocation, please? Please. That's okay. Will you hear this prayer? Creating God, you who meet us where we are, we give thanks for your presence this day. Holy One, we stand before you at this 45th commencement of Dyersburg State Community College, and our hearts are full. For the many blessings that you have already given, we are grateful. For the blessings we have yet to receive, we are humbled. Loving Divine, our hearts are filled with gratitude for the coming of this day, yet a simple thank you seems so woefully inadequate to express our appreciation and our gratefulness. God of all-knowing, I thank you for the administrators and the supporters who make each semester possible. I thank you for the professors and the instructors who have opened our eyes and ears for new discoveries. I thank you for the families of these students who have sustained them with love and encouragement to make this graduation day possible. Dear God, we are grateful for all the friends and families who have come to support these graduates today. And Lord, I thank you for each of these graduates, for their efforts and their commitment to a lifetime of learning. Holy Divine, you have guided the steps of each one here today. Continue now to guide and bless them, that the hard work of these years and with the knowledge and the skills that they have gained, that their lives may be enriched and blessed with new discoveries and opportunities. Holy One, may this graduation day be a celebration of your life within us and the life before us. May this graduation day be not simply an ending point, rather bless this day, that it becomes a starting point of new adventures in this wonderful life you have set before us all. Lord of life, for the coming of this day and the joy of the days to come, we thank you. Amen.
degree and certificate graduates, family members, Mr. Roger Taylor, Reverend Dell King, faculty, staff, friends, and guests. It's a pleasure to welcome you to this 45th annual commencement, special time of celebration and recognition. I would like to thank Dr. Carol Feather, Mr. Floyd Speck, the Jazz Choir, Syncopation, and the Dyersburg Community Orchestra for the wonderful music. I would also like to thank the Dyer County School System, Dr. Dwight Hedge and Ms. Peggy Dodds for allowing us to use this facility. To the 388 candidates for degrees and certificates, I want you to know that we are proud of your achievements at Dyersburg State Community College. Some people call community colleges two-year colleges, but very few members of this class completed their work in 2 years, mainly because of work and other responsibilities. On average, these candidates spent slightly more than 9 semesters at Dyersburg State, which is equivalent to more than 4.5 academic years. The average age of this class is 30, with a range from 17 to 63. There are 216 graduates completing their work with honors. Of the 388 graduates, 238, or 56%, have completed at least one learning support or developmental studies course. 42% of the graduates today completed at least one course at the Jimmy Nafee Center, and 19% completed at least one course at the Gibson County Center. We know that members of this class will make significant contributions to this and the communities to this and our other communities as the 7,008 graduates who have gone before you have done. You will be our nurses, healthcare workers, manufacturing technicians, teachers, network administrators, bankers, health information technicians, cybersecurity, networking technicians, medical coders, accountants, administrative assistants, information technology specialists, musicians, and law enforcement and corrections officers, using what you've learned here to make our communities better places to live. I wish you success and happiness as you leave here and pursue your dreams. Each person in this class of 388 people will earn on average at least $9,000 more each year than students with only a high school diploma. Over a lifetime of 40 years of work, this will amount to at least $360,000 per person. The economic value added by these associate degrees and certificates today will total $140 million over a lifetime of work. Many of our candidates for graduation have benefited from scholarship dollars raised in this local area, and I'd like to recognize representatives of our Board of Regents, our Board of Directors of our Dyersburg State Community College Foundation. We have 2 of those members with us today, and they, along with all of the other board members, personally contribute and help raise dollars for scholarships. So if you would hold your applause until I introduce these 2 individuals. Mr. Lowell Bud Hoffman is Treasurer of the Foundation and Vice President for Finance Administrative Services at Dyersburg State, and Ms. Yolanda Jones Wilcox is Secretary of the Foundation and Vice President for Institutional Advancement and Continuing Education at Dyersburg State. Please join me in applauding these generous supporters. I would also like to introduce Mr. Cole Shelton, President of the Dyersburg State Alumni Association. Mr. Shelton will make closing remarks near the end of the ceremony. So give him a round of applause. The dedicated and talented faculty and staff members at Dyersburg State have challenged this class and to achieve at a very high level. And at this time, I'd like to ask the faculty and staff to please stand and be recognized. Today we have 4 faculty and staff members retiring. Would the following retirees please come forward and receive recognition for your service? And if you would, hold your applause until I've announced all of their names. I know they're listed in your program, and the first person, Miss Betty Anderson, could not be here today. She has worked for us for 9 years, and from 2006 to 2015. The next faculty member, Mr. Ken Jones, Mr. Kenneth H. Jones, Associate Professor of Biology, serving for 20 years from 1994 to 2014. So let's recognize Mr. Jones. Dr. Dave Strong, Professor of Reading and History, serving for 36 years, from 1979 to 2015. And the last person on the list couldn't be here today either. It's Miss Beverly Weatherly, Administrative Assistant to the President, serving for 42 and a half years, from 1972 to 2014. So we greatly appreciate the dedicated service of these retiring members of the faculty and staff. They will be missed. I'm sure let's give them another round. I'm sure you've noticed that several members of the graduating class are wearing gold stoles and tassels to signify that they're extra special in this class of very special people. The 62 students wearing this ceremonial attire are members of the Alpha Epsilon Alpha chapter of Phi Theta Kappa, the International Honor Society for Community Colleges. Will the members of Phi Theta Kappa please stand? Impressive group, thank you very much. For the first time this year, we're honoring the men and women who have served this country in the military, and they're wearing red, white, and blue cords. Will they please stand and be recognized? Thank you, and thank you for your service to our country. It is now my pleasure to introduce the Honorable Rebecca A. Reeves, student member of the Tennessee Board of Regents, appointed in the summer of 2014 by Governor Bill Haslam. Rebecca is a 2014 graduate of Dyersburg State. She easily transferred to the University of Memphis using a Tennessee transfer pathway in psychology. At this time, Ms. Rebecca Reeves will bring greetings from the Tennessee Board of Regents, our governing board. Ms. Reeves? Well, welcome back.
Thank you. Good afternoon. It is truly a pleasure to be with you today and bring greetings on behalf of the Tennessee Board of Regents and our chairman, the Honorable Governor Bill Haslam. A year ago today, I was sitting in the very spot you are, graduating from this great institution. I am now able to stand before you today because of the impeccable education and leadership qualities I received while here at Dyersburg State Community College. The Tennessee Board of Regents is the governing body for this great institution and the other 12 community colleges, 6 comprehensive universities, and the 27 Tennessee Colleges of Applied Technology. Serving more than 200,000 students across the state, the Tennessee Board of Regents is one of the largest governing systems of higher education in the United States. I am honored to serve on the board, which is typically engaged at the system level with policy and management discussions. But the part of my role that I enjoy the most is the opportunity to engage directly with the students at our campuses. This is one of those priceless occasions. I am truly blessed by the chance to serve you, but I am more rewarded by this occasion to see the celebration of each of you achieving your goals. This is a monumental time for higher education in Tennessee, and we are proud of your success. The credential you are celebrating today marks an important achievement in your life, but it also has an impact on our state. Governor Haslam has challenged our state with a critical new mission, the Drive to 55, an effort to increase the number of Tennesseans who have earned a post-secondary credential like you are doing today. This is not just a mission for higher education, but a mission for workforce and economic development in Tennessee, a drive to improve the quality of life that we all enjoy. And because of you and your success, we are one step closer to reaching that goal for all of Tennessee. So without further ado, on behalf of the Tennessee Board of Regents, please accept our sincere congratulations and warmest wishes that today is your first step in achieving a lifetime of hopes and dreams. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Reeves. And now it's my pleasure to present Ms. Laura Beth Cherry, President of the Student Government Association. Ms. Cherry will introduce our speaker.
Our guest speaker today is commonly referred to as President Emeritus of Knox College, Farmer, of Council Kirkland and Ellis LLP, or whatever else works. Mr. Roger L. Taylor grew up on a farm in western Illinois. He was graduated from Knox College, where President Dr. Karen Boyer, who also grew up on a farm in western Illinois, was one of his classmates. After serving in the Navy for 3.5 years, he attended Northwestern University Law School and practiced law in Chicago for 30 years with Kirkland and Ellis LLP, where he remains of counsel. In 2001, he became president of Knox College, retiring in 2011. He has honorary degrees from Carl Sandburg Community College and Knox College. He and his wife, Ann, live on a farm in western Illinois where Roger grew up. Please help me in welcoming our guest speaker, Mr. Roger L. Taylor.
Thank you, Laura Beth, for that very nice introduction. Thank you, President Boyer, for inviting me to participate in this commencement and for having me down last month so that I could get better acquainted with Dyersburg State Community College and its community. Special thanks to the students, faculty, and staff who met with me last month, who let me sit in on their classes, answered my questions, told me about their experiences here. Thanks to the Eagles softball team, who let me sit with them while I watched the Eagles baseball team play ball. This morning I got to attend a very moving pinning ceremony for the nursing school graduates. Yesterday I got to go to an ice cream social. So being your commencement speaker has been a real win-win for me, though it pales in comparison to the win-win that the day is for our graduates who are receiving degrees and certificates from this very special college. Now, when I visited last month, I asked a lot of the folks that I talked with what I should say in this talk today. Their answers were remarkably uniform. In fact, everybody told me the same thing. Say whatever you want, just be brief. I will. Here goes. Today's graduates have attended a quintessentially American institution. Indeed, the late Clark Kerr, one of the great leaders of American higher education in the last century, president of the University of California, Clark Kerr said that the invention of the community colleges was the great innovation of higher education in the 20th century. The first community college was established in 1901 in Joliet, in Illinois. Ironically, given what community colleges have become, the formation of two-year colleges, then called junior colleges, was encouraged by university presidents who wanted to relieve themselves from the burdens of what they considered a burden of providing general education to college freshmen and sophomores. They wanted to free their institutions from providing general education so that they could concentrate on research and professional training. And for a while, the mission of what we now call community colleges was limited to providing general education courses to typical college age or typical freshman and sophomore college age students, 17, 18, 19. That mission has changed. It changed by 1967 when the State Board of Education selected Dyersburg as the site of the state's second community college. And by 1969, when the first Dyersburg State Classroom building was completed, and by 1971, when the first class was graduated from this institution. By that time, community colleges were teaching specialized skills to students who immediately entered the workforce, as well as preparing students for transfer to four-year institutions. And the missions of our community colleges has continued to evolve, and Dyersburg State has evolved and innovated since its founding, and expanded with new learning centers at Trenton and Covington. The DSCC Statement of Mission does a really nice job of boiling down what this institution sets out to do. But if you look at the website and look through the programs of learning and courses from art to nursing to Medtronic's programmable logic controller, and if you talk to folks at college, you realize that the scope and breadth and complexity of this institution is so complex that it makes your head hurt to think about it. One thing that is striking to me is this college's innovative approach. For example, in advancing its mission of workforce development, Dyersburg State has done pioneering work in collaboration with area industries to develop its advanced manufacturing program with its Associate of Applied Science and Advanced Integrated Industrial Technology Certificate programs. The college has advanced its stated goal of continuous improvement through innovative teaching and learning techniques. I was amazed when I visited a math class last month at Dyersburg State, expecting to see a professor standing in front of the class, but instead seeing 17 students, each at their own computer, with the professor moving back and forth from student to student, giving the students truly individual and truly individualized instruction. This college also takes seriously its need to provide opportunities to adult learners who want to enhance their skills or who want to make a mid-year job change or who have to make a job change because their job went away. President Boyer put it very well several months ago when she was quoted in an article in River Times, quote, "You don't have to be a young person to prepare for the future," unquote. There are adults graduating today who have prepared for the future at Dyersburg State and are now stepping confidently into that future. Dyersburg has advanced its mission of community development. Dyersburg has advanced its mission of community development with innovative collaborations with local governments. For example, a new facility to house a new learning center in the Tipton County Public Library. And every college and university in America talks about the access that it provides to lower income students. This college, with its open enrollment and financial aid, actually does provide that access. I say all this not just to rattle off a list of great things that most of you already know, and I could go on. I say this to emphasize that as an outsider who has spent a block of time in higher education and who has spent some time looking inside DSCC, I can tell you with conviction, those of you receiving your degrees today, you can be proud, genuinely proud of the institution that is awarding those certificates and degrees. And I say this to congratulate and commend the faculty for the educational program that you have developed and that you implement so well. And I say this to congratulate the coaches and support staff to provide this college and the students with the support and encouragement. And I say this to suggest to the people of West Tennessee, represented in this audience today, that you can be proud of this remarkable institution and resource you have, exceptionally well led for the past 30 years by my college classmate and longtime friend, Dr. Karen Boyer. Just the facts, just the facts. Now let me speak for a moment just to the graduates, to those of you receiving your associate degrees and certificates, just to you. You and I know that a good many of you had varying degrees of apprehensions and doubts when you first started. Some of you didn't think that you would be here today. You were doubtful to downright scared about whether you could make it. Some of you realized when you started that you were not well prepared for the courses you were about to take. Nothing to be ashamed of, nothing to dwell on. It's neither here nor there now. I remind you of your initial apprehensions and doubts to say to you that by overcoming those doubts, you have now proven to yourself that you can make it. Now, you've proven that to others of course, but most important, you've proven it to yourselves, which should tell you that at this new beginning of new accomplishments you will have on the jobs you will soon enter or continue, and at the four-year colleges and universities to which you will transfer. This is a new beginning. And I remind you of your initial apprehension, also to remind you that while you've succeeded mainly by yourself because of your own efforts, you have also succeeded because you had encouragement and counsel and support from an accomplished faculty. When I had a chance to meet with some of the faculty last month, I was struck at how student-focused the faculty here is. It was evident that the faculty here is more concerned about its students than it is about themselves. You can't say that about every institution. And as I came to see the faculty's focus on the students, I was reminded of something Harold Kohlenbrander, who served as president of Mount Union College in Ohio, something he said. He said once, and I quote, "A college can be better than the administrative team that leads it. A college can be better than its buildings and facilities. But a college can never be better than the faculty who teach there," unquote. President Kohlenbrander was so right, and you have been fortunate to have had the faculty who teach here, and fortunate to have a staff focused on nurturing and supporting you, to giving you encouragement, to filling in the gaps. So as you leave here today, don't forget to take a moment to say thank you to the folks who helped you succeed. And finally, before I sit down and we get on to the main event, as we say in Western Illinois, where I'm from, don't forget them that brung you. Perhaps you say that here in West Tennessee also. There are mothers and fathers and grandmothers and grandfathers and wives and children who have nourished and encouraged you to help you get to this day. On the way home, take a moment and say thanks. And my second favor, don't be bashful about being proud of this great country of ours. It is fashionable now in some circles and among pundits to be quick to point out the faults of our country. And we have done some things along the way since the founding of our country that we wish now we had done differently. But we have always been on a journey to do the right thing for all people, to truly build a more perfect union, as perfectly represented by the opportunities that have been provided to the Dyersburg State Community College graduates about to be formally recognized here today. Be proud of your terrific college. Be proud of yourselves and what you have accomplished. Be proud of our great country. Congratulations. May God bless you.
Dyersburg State Community College is authorized by the State University and Community College System of Tennessee to award the Associate of Arts, the Associate of Fine Arts, the Associate of Science, the Associate of Science in Teaching, and the Associate of Applied Science degrees, in addition to academic and technical certificates. Today's ceremony includes December, May, and August candidates for degrees and certificates. Will all candidates for degrees and certificates please rise? Madam President, I am pleased to present to you the class of 2015. These candidates have completed or will complete in August the requirements for the associate's degree or certificate as prescribed by the State University and Community College System of Tennessee and Dyersburg State Community College. These candidates are entitled to the appropriate certificate or associate's degree, which will be conferred.
By the authority vested in me by the Tennessee Board of Regents for the State University and Community College System of Tennessee, and with the recommendation of the faculty of Dyersburg State Community College, I confer the appropriate associate degree or certificate upon each candidate. You may be seated.
Will the candidates in the Division of Arts and Sciences please rise and come forward? The following candidate is receiving the Associate of Arts degree: Kristen Michelle Rigsby, summa cum laude. The following candidate is receiving the Associate of Fine Arts degree: Ronald Freeman Arthur, cum laude. The following candidates are receiving the Associate of Science degree: Khadija B. Alexander, Roger Anthony Anderson, Franklin J. Bales, magna cum laude, Leah K. Barch, Daniel Adam Bethel, cum laude, Megan Taylor Blackburn, Tyler W. Bowles, Tracy Marie Bowman, cum laude, Ashley Lynn Bradbury, magna cum laude, Felicia Ann Bratton, cum laude, Jadalyn Anastasia Brown, cum laude. Brittany Renee Buckner. Ashley Lachelle Moore Bullion, summa cum laude. Brandy D. Campbell, magna cum laude. Stacy Ann Carr, magna cum laude. Devin Angelo Castelli, cum laude. Carling Michelle Champion, cum laude. Laura Beth Cherry, summa cum laude. Clarence Willie Childress, Jr. Joan N. Clark, magna cum laude. Bart Wayne Davis, summa cum laude. Echo Lee Day. Michaela Lee Deal. Kara Lee Dennison, summa cum laude. Priscilla Gail Holmes Deverell, magna cum laude. Lametria Deshay Dunn. Melissa Gail Evans, cum laude. Cameron D. Foster. Brittany Jo Franks, magna cum laude. Diana Carol Gammons, cum laude. Kimberly K. Googe. Allison Jordan Gray, cum laude. Maya Michelle Halliburton, cum laude. Jennifer K. Harris. Kayla Renee Hazlett, cum laude. John D. Helms, summa cum laude. Taylor Brooke Ellis Howell, summa cum laude. Terry Lee Howell. Are you Dustin? Are you Dustin? Dustin Wade Higdon. Reuben Daniel Hull. Ariel Lynn Inman, cum laude. Tina Marie Jones Jackson. Jessica Yarley Jimenez. Jessica L. Jones, magna cum laude. Amber Elaine Carnes Bochelle, cum laude. Cody Ryan Lee Smith. Brandon Robert Lee. Deborah Ann Smith Liggins. Elizabeth Lohr. Lance O'Neill Mays, magna cum laude. Ashley Brooke McGuire, magna cum laude. Michaela Danielle Mackenzie Prohaska, cum laude. Sherry White Moore. Caitlin Elizabeth Moore, summa cum laude. Natalie Elizabeth Knowles. Pachita Northington, cum laude. Tammy Owen. Caitlin Mackenzie Quick. Dariana Anya Reed. I'm out of order. Okay. Haley Michelle Riley, cum laude. Kayla Rumor, summa cum laude. Heidi Lee Sanford, cum laude. Constance LaVivian Scott, cum laude. Matthew Ryan Shaw, magna cum laude. Kelly Lynn Smith, cum laude. Shella Deanne Smith. Stefan Thomas Smith, summa cum laude. Maddie Ray Sanford. Desmond Jamal Stone. Desiree Summer Sturgeon, magna cum laude. Alexandra Lacey Sykes, cum laude. Krista Lee Tackett, cum laude. Caitlin Lily Terry, magna cum laude. Matthew David Vaughn, cum laude. Zachary Franklin Wells, summa cum laude. LaToya Shantae Young. The following candidates are receiving the Associate of Science in Teaching degree. Mary Grace Tiffany Burnett, magna cum laude. Erica Taylor Gray, summa cum laude. Katie Jo Lumley, cum laude. Kayla Ann Minks. Brooke Ashton Roberts, cum laude. Lauren Madison Rogers, summa cum laude. Sherry Lynn Tracy, summa cum laude. The following candidate is receiving a certificate. Rebecca Marie Lucer White.
Will the candidates in the Division of Business, Technology, and Allied Health please rise and come forward? The following candidates are receiving the Associate of Science degree. Celisa Burton. Casey Lynn Hall, cum laude. Heather Diane Henley, cum laude. Taylor Bryant Heron, cum laude. Madison Catherine Hutcherson, summa cum laude. Natasha Deanne Lawson, magna cum laude. Angela E. Mabins, magna cum laude. Kelly Lynn Phillips, cum laude. Robert Scott Reynolds. Amanda Michelle Roberts, magna cum laude. Diane Simmons, cum laude. Dakota Dwayne Simpson, magna cum laude. Emily Ann Wilkinson. The following candidates are receiving the Associate of Applied Science degree. Soledad F. Acton. Bevan Jewel Allman, summa cum laude. Elizabeth Nicole Atkins, magna cum laude. Courtney Ray Bernard. Elka Amelie Barnes, cum laude. Elester DeHenry Boyd, magna cum laude. Jeffrey Martin Brewer II, magna cum laude. Robert Chris Cox. Deborah Denise DeBerry, cum laude. Lula P. Dowell, cum laude. Iva Christina Drongel, cum laude. Diane Pollard Dutton, magna cum laude. Roger Wayne Dutton, magna cum laude. Jason Eugene England. Susan Lee Holbrook, cum laude. Donald Ray Hudson, magna cum laude. Myra Nicole Jeffrey, cum laude. Tiffany Lynn Johnson, cum laude. Rebecca Davis Kinning, cum laude. Tabitha Michelle Kaiser, cum laude. Mark Anthony Lawrence, cum laude. Michelle Lynette Livingston, cum laude. Justine Nicole Lucas Mashburn, cum laude. Laura Ann Moss, magna cum laude. Lisa Marie Parnell. Jennifer Lynn Parr. Jamie Lee Payne. Martha J. Privy, summa cum laude. Tanya Denise Sampson, summa cum laude. Madison Joyce Sides. Janice Simpson Smith. Amanda Nicole Speed. Latoya Renee Spinks. Frida A. Story, cum laude. Judith Carol Thomas, magna cum laude. Adina R. Wilkinson, summa cum laude. Deonza Leanne Wright. Beverly June Wyatt, cum laude. Aaron V. Yellow Eyes, cum laude. The following candidates are receiving a certificate. Zachary Garrett Atchison. Patricia Ann Arnold. Stephen Linwood DePriest. Lisa Michelle Hughes. Victoria E. Jackson. Kathy Jeanette Kimbrell. Hannah Kathleen Moore. Jessica Lynn Riddell.
Will the candidates in the Division of Nursing please rise and come forward? The following candidates are receiving the Associate of Applied Science degree. Rebecca Jean Poundstone Arms, Catherine Elizabeth Aslan, magna cum laude. Shauna Marie Bracken, Amanda Brooke Burns, cum laude. Kelly Suzanne Childress, cum laude. Bridget Marie Cobb. Casey Cromwell. Doty. Wendy Jean Doty. Emily Ann Farrell, cum laude. Vanessa Marie Gonzalez. You may say Jamie or Jade? Okay. Jamie Renee Grady, cum laude. Laura Jane Harris. Megan Marie Harris. Nita Catherine Cunningham Hastings. Carrie Denise Grant Hathcock. Misty S. Hayden. Kimberly Ann Hooks. Sheikah J. Hopgood. Hold on. Katrina Devon Jones Johnson. Christy Diane Kimbrough, cum laude. Michelle Elizabeth Ladd. Candace Bowden Maxwell, cum laude. Ryan Jaycox McNeil. Melissa Cherie Nolan. Joseph Blake Parson, cum laude. Victoria Allison Ross. How do you pronounce your middle name? Anjanette. Kasanga Anjanette Sadler. Jesse Lee Sanderson, cum laude. Lauren Paige Sharp. Deborah Bailey Smith. Louisa Blazo Smith, cum laude. Nina Nicole Olson Tanner, cum laude. Donna Marie Taylor. Tracy Denise Lane Toombs. Melinda Sue Witt Van Cleve, cum laude. Amber Elizabeth Webb. Latasha Monique Weddle. Mary Ann Whitehead.
Good afternoon. My name is Cole Shelton. I'm the president of the Alumni Association here at Dyersburg State. And I just want to say congratulations to all of you. Obviously, you've worked so hard, and we wish you the best in your future. family and friends, we thank you so much for being here to encourage and support all of these graduates to help them get their degrees. Guys, in the future, I know you're going to see some pretty tough times. You're going to see some obstacles and hurdles, but I'm sure if you continue to show the resiliency and the commitment that you've shown here at Dyersburg State, that you will have no problem being a success. And as you have those successes at the Alumni Association, we definitely want to be able to share those with you. So we ask that you would join us and just pay your membership dues and give back to those. We provide scholarships to a lot of other students. So once again, congratulations, celebrate your day, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Cole. You're invited to the reception, which will be held in the Commons area immediately following the recessional. Will you now please rise for the benediction and remain standing for the recessional?
Will you receive the benediction? May God's blessings follow you all as you find new journeys to travel. May you walk safely among the pathways of your dreams. May the Creator's hand guide you with wisdom for the decisions you make. May you be encouraged your whole life long by the passions that you follow. May your spirit soar to new heights, and may your hearts and lives always reflect love, wisdom, and truth. And may hope be a light burning within you that you carry into each new day. Amen.
you.